Welcome back at 9:14. Well, she has made her mark on the basketball court and is making history off of it. Renee Montgomery is a force to be reckoned with.
1, 2, 3, dominate!
When I think about how many people poured into me when I was young, the only thing you can do is pay it forward. And especially when it comes to the women hoopers, because I think as a young little boy, it's easy to want to be LeBron James and want to play in the NBA because you see his poster everywhere, you see his pictures, you see his commercials. But if you're a little girl and you want to play in the WNBA, do you see your athlete portrayed the same way? How can we change that to where women's sports is the same as men's sports? It is just as lit.
It is just as lit. And the two-time WNBA champion is the first player to be both co-owner and executive of a WNBA team. Renee is here this morning to talk about her groundbreaking career. And you spent the last 2 seasons of your career here in Atlanta. What is it about this city that just made you want to stay? You're from West Virginia.
Yes.
Made you want to stay here in Atlanta and pour back.
Oh, man. So when I first started playing in the WNBA, I treated each city like I was going on a tour of where I want to live. So we play in LA, DC, Seattle. So I'm like, where do I want to call home? And Atlanta, every time I came to Atlanta, it just felt like home. So after my first 2 years playing in the WNBA, I bought a house here. So all the time I was playing in other places, I already had a home in Atlanta. So basically, my last 2 seasons, I came home to play.
And we are so lucky for that. You ended up opting out of playing. You pursued social justice reform. What sparked that leap for you?
Man, it was tough because this was a situation, 2020, none of us knew what to expect.
Gosh, right?
2020 was a whole thing of its own. And so it was like, okay, what can I do to add kind of my input, to add my energy? And I just felt like the city of Atlanta, we were in the thick of it. We were in the mecca. And me going to the WNBA, it was a wobble at the time. We called ours the wobble. I just felt like I was going to be disconnected. So I wanted to stay here. My wife and I just kind of was like, what can we do to have an impact? Then LeBron James and More Than a Vote hit us up, and kind of the rest was history after that.
And I love that. And you go into that decision in your new documentary, A Radical Act. Tell us what we can expect from that.
Yeah, I think the main thing, you know, when people hear the word radical, it's almost redefining the word, because when you hear radical, you almost think negative thoughts. But I think it's radical to think you can achieve your highest goal. Like, it's radical to think that I could go from player to owner exec. That is radical. And sometimes we don't even want to say our biggest dreams out loud because people might laugh at it,
right.
Which people did. People might think that you're crazy for thinking that big, but that's what makes things radical. And so a radical act is just having the faith in yourself to just think that you could do things that are not normal to do.
We all have influences. Who influenced your decision to invest in women's sports?
Man, I honestly think I'm going to just give it up to all the players I played with and against. We've been doing this since, like, I started playing basketball at 5 years old, and I was this height. No, I'm just kidding. I started playing young, and we just poured into the game, and we always wished that more eyes were on the game. We wish that there was more celebrity star power, because we already knew that we were playing a high level of basketball. It's just the media, the brands just didn't gravitate to us. So I always thought, like, you know, I never thought I would be a co-owner or vice president, but I always knew I wanted to pour into the game some way, somehow. So I credit the 144, that's what we call ourselves, of the 144 players that play in the WNBA.
And you guys had a great season, my goodness, right?
Thank you.
Tell us about that and what you're looking forward to next season.
Shouts to Atlanta, man. I got to shout out to the city of Atlanta because we sold out all 20 of our home games this season. And when I was a player here, that would have been a dream. You know, like, unfortunately, I ran out to some crowds that were just lacking. And that was one of the first things that us as an ownership group, we're like, we got to have people in the stands. It sounds good to say it, but the city of Atlanta, like, whether we were playing at Gateway or whether we played at State Farm and set a new record, it was just like the fans showed up. And sometimes we had losing stretches and the fans showed up. So that's the kind of support that, like, just being a part of the thread of Atlanta was everything.
What do you think sparked that transition?
I don't know. I think that people understood that we were trying to do things different. You know, there was an ownership change, and we started to try to just lean into all things Atlanta, whether it's Atlanta vendors that we, you know, minority vendors, just looking more like Atlanta, the people that we have come sing the anthem, you know, artists that are up and coming in Atlanta. We want to be a ground that you can just jump off of. And so I think people started to see that we want to be with the community. Even our community efforts are just, right now now. We have Dreamsgiving coming up in Thanksgiving. We're going to be at the Pride Parade. We want to be everywhere that Atlanta is, and so I think that people are starting to gravitate towards that. Have you been to a game? You need to come on out.
I do need to come on out.
Come on with it.
I'll stay up late. That's fine.
Yeah, because you got to get up early though. So
I'll stay up late. Absolutely. So listen, what is your advice for other young ladies watching you out there? You're such a great example of leadership, of success. What would your advice be?
I mean, just be radical in your success. Like, I think even with women, especially little girls, we know around the age of 13 and 14, young girls stop playing sports because they might have other interests, because sports may not seem like it's an end game that you can do. But even women, you know, you might be thinking, should I apply for that job or should I not? And a guy would be like, listen, I got one of the requirements. I'm in. I can do it. And a woman might have all of the requirements and still second guess herself. So I just think as women, we have to be more radical in our own success. Like, we can be successful. We can do that. We can start a new job. We can start a new passion project. I just think that we have to start thinking that, because guys have no problem with confidence. Like, guys will not be underqualified and still be mad if they don't get it. Women will be overqualified and still maybe not apply. So I just hope people understand that you just got to, you know, I'm an athlete. You got to shoot your shot. Like, you just got to shoot from deep sometimes, but you got to shoot your shot.
Such great advice. Okay, where can we find your documentary? This was 3 years in the making.
Yes.
This is a passion project.
Yes, shouts to Sandrine, our director. I mean, she was with us every step of the way. It was a 3-year, like you said, we've been filming for 3 years. Roku, October 16th. It's exciting because this was 3 years filming, but also, as you can see, there's archival footage that my Snook, I call my mom Snook, so my Snook has been keeping everything from when I was young to all the way through to my
so proud.
Yeah, man. So it's like, for me, this is almost like a thank you to my family when they've kept all the records, they kept all the receipts. So it doesn't only just follow this 3-year journey, but it follows all the things that led to a radical act.
Wonderful. All right, Renee, thank you so much. You're so inspirational.
Let's go.
And you can watch A Radical Act, Renee Montgomery. It's on the Roku channel, Wednesday, October 16th. She's going to have a watch party in West Virginia that night.
Let's go.
Yes. Still ahead this morning.